The new pension system that they want to bring in is absolutely insane. It's utter bullshit. Let's put it that way. It should be always 65, and it shouldn't. 65 is, in my opinion, a good compromise. It's in the middle, and people can take early retirement if they wish. They're 60 or whatever, if they wish. Again, this crazy idea to walk people up to the 70, basically, and then they be moved to 80 and then 90. So basically, they want to walk you until you drop dead. It's all right if you're pushing a pen in an office, a TD or a senator or whatever. You're sitting in an office all day, all tucked up, getting €80,000 a year. That's fair enough. You can walk on until you're nearly 150 billion years old because you're not doing anything. Let's be fair, you're doing fucking nothing. And that's fair enough if you're doing nothing. But the man that goes up early in the morning to walk on the roofs, as a builder or as a plumber, they can't walk until they're 70. Let's be fair. And for the extra few bob they get, if you walk on, you get an extra €60 until you're 70. How about that? €60 extra in your pension a week. How about that? How about that? You walked all your life. Imagine again. Think about this. There's people I know that are 50 that walked since they were about 15, 16, and then we're walking up. And I know one person is 58 and he's walked since he's 16. And again, there was back in his day, there was no such thing as child protection laws or things like that. He was getting very shit money, and he was working hard, long hours, long evenings, very little time for himself. And again, people like him built the state up, built this country up for us, for the young generation now, to obviously build the country up, and the generations before them, but worked hard to give money to build services, to build infrastructure, to build different things into the state. And I think again we have to realize that people want time for themselves. When you work all your life, you want to just have time for yourself. And again, and this is the thing we have to realize, and everybody has to realize, that we don't know when death's going to come knocking. And that's the thing. That's the scariest thing about life. We don't know when death's going to come knocking, and we have to live life to the full. And I think making people work day in, day out for 70 years of their life, or God forbid they could bring it up to 90. When you get to 70 or when you get to 65, you should be able to just retire in peace and do whatever you want in peace. Either that be spend time with the grandchildren, spend time with your children, whatever that may be, see the world, travel maybe, well, catch up movies, whatever. But they shouldn't have to be worried about, if I walk on to 70, I get an extra €60. It's complete insanity. And obviously, as I say, if you're pushing the pen, that's fair enough. But again, the vast majority of people, hard physical labour, things like that, builders, plumbers, particularly men, they can't walk on to the 70. And I think being 65, you get the same money. As simple as that. I don't think we should dilly-dally, and I don't think we should let the government do this. Because again, it's not fair on the people. Again, as I know one person that is over 65 now, and he worked all his life. And he's not going to get an extra €60. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get that extra €60 for working all his life, and he's nearly 70. He's nearly 70, and not worried about him getting an extra €60. Again, this new pension reform is insane. But again, I can see where they're coming from, because they want to balance the budget, because there's a lot more senior citizens in the state, and it's kind of, in the eyes of the government, a burden. So that's why they want to bring in loads of people from other countries to give a young workforce, and people that are less demanding. Let's put it that way. But yeah, it's insanity. It is insanity. It should be left at 65. There should be no discussion. But if people wish to continue, again, this is the way I would do it. If people wish to continue, again, I would strongly advise people, if they were builders or something like that and they're working all their life, their backs wouldn't be too good, let's be fair. But if you're sitting in an office there as a TD or senator, or in an office in the local authority or whatever, and sitting there doing nothing all day, every day, for 70 years, then fair fucks to you. You can stay on until 90, because you wouldn't be doing too much now. But yeah, again, it doesn't seem worth it. Elderly people putting themselves through hell and back to get an extra €60 to walk up into 70. And my point is too, and as I elaborate on this point, that life is too short. Again, people work far too much as it is. It's a long. You think about a nearly 40-hour work week, nearly for only Joe, the only Joe work. that's tough. You get no. You think about it, even if you have children or something like that. It's a tough. Life is tough. Let's put it that way. And for people to retire at 65, it's a bit of a burden of them having to get up early in the morning to go to work, having to worry about, like take for example, if they're working on Gardash in a convent, take for example, that they worry about if they're going to be shot dead at any stage, or if they're in the defence forces, take for example, that they be they'll be worrying about when, God forbid, they could be sent overseas, and God knows what could happen to them. Or if you're a nurse, you're seeing people dying constantly every day of the week, or a doctor. I think people should have that opportunity at 65 to just say, look at, I want to retire. I want to sit back and relax, enjoy my last few years on earth. The way I want to do it, not to let the government tell me what to do. But yeah, that's just the way I see it. It's insanity to me. I can see where they're coming from too, because there's an aging population more than it is a young population. But again, they're trying to change that, obviously, as we can see, constantly every day of the week. But yeah, let me know what you think, Empire.